Now, for the purposes of this tutorial, let's go to a search, grab 3 different images we like, and use them to make a composite of our own original idea. Of course, vector graphics are just a collection of shapes on top of shapes in layers. For 2021, let's get a picture of an ox. I've just typed in ox. I can go to images. Over here in tools, we can choose our type. I like to start off with a clip art because I like to make kind of cartoony sort of images. Let's grab just 3 simple ones we can use. Now, we're going to go for cute, or we're going to go for more realistic, or somewhere in between. Don't spend our whole life looking for this. Let's grab this guy. 2-finger tab, copy image, Command tab back to our Keynote, Command V pastes it in there. Command tab back over here. Now, something with a little character too, right? Might be something about this guy that I like. Command tab, Command V, Command tab. So we grab this fella. Now we have 3 very different images to work with here. And that's gonna work out for us. Okay, now up here, obviously I have my toolbar all customized. There's a link in the description below, as well as the end of this video, that'll take you to how you can learn how to do that yourself. In case you haven't, if we're in format, we can just go to image, grab the instant alpha and clear that out of there so it's easier to see. Right, move that over here. This looks like somebody's mascot or logo. This obviously has watermarks on it because they don't want people using just this, which is great because we're not. We're just looking for, like I said earlier, inspiration. And these people, let's be honest, didn't go. They didn't invent oxen themselves, so it all came from somewhere. So let's decide how we're going to do this. I want it to be a little bit on the cutie side, but not entirely cute. So maybe we'll go with roughly this guy's face, lower half. And I think I like this guy's horns. And I like this guy's upper head here. So let's start with that. You know, let's actually do this. I'm going to use this head part here. I can even double tap and I can start moving things around to make it smaller and easier to grab because I'm not going to use those horns. I'm going to use this head with this sort of cartoony mouth and probably eyes similar to this, only happier, and maybe horns like this guy. There we go. Draw with pen. Let's grab this. I'm going to make a knob bit over here like on the other one. To the bottom left. Again, only tapping. Doesn't really matter where that one looks because that's going to be behind the sort of cartoony mouth we've already decided in our plotting of how this is going to work. Now, double tap wherever we want it to become a curve and not a line. Like I said, we didn't really have to do that at all. I can also point in here. You'll notice if I point at it, I get another line and I can start changing the shape and size around a little bit here. Try to keep it symmetrical because symmetrical is cuter and we're going for slightly cute here, right? All right, that's good. Let's call that done. I think we're going to actually use a border on here. So it already has one. Make it a little thicker, maintain that cartooniness. Let's go for a color now. I'm not sure we'll keep it, but let's start off with the color of the other guy down at the bottom left. If I am in the color fill and I highlight the color wheel, I can grab this eyedropper and pick that color. Not bad. Let's start with, keep that there. Don't necessarily need that as a preset. So we've got this. Good idea is to come over here to format or range and constrain those proportions. So now no matter what size I make it, it won't lose its shape. Pretty much done with that. Get rid of that. You may want to check it out again later, so let's not delete it. Get the shape from that guy. Let's try the nose from this fella. All right, shape. Over here. Again, only tap where you want things to change. No angles whatsoever. Let's finish it off. Color it in and see how that works. No fill. I'm going to go with an advanced gradient fill on this one. And I'm going to tap on the dark spot. And I'm going to grab the orange from over here. And over here, I'm going to make this one white. And I'm going to make it a circle spot. But I'm going to make it a lot less white by adding up all these gradient points in. Like so. And maybe dump that up somewhere over here. darker and darker. Maybe even pull the white out now. All right, kind of like that. I think we went with 3 on this. All right. So there we have this fella here. We can work with that for now, only on the original, this one actually was left like that. So let's see how we like that, right? Maybe even make this original orange a little darker. If I grab it over here, I can grab these. Go to my CMYK slider here, make it a little more orange. All right. Now we're gonna make this one a preset. In style, go to the arrow, hit that. So now whatever I do, I can make exactly the same. So watch this. Tappity tap, 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 tap. Now you might be saying it's not exactly the same, but I don't want it to be exactly the same. That's the point. We're looking to make something original by making composites here. If I go back to style, get my preset, boom, there it is. Send that backwards. You can also do that over here and arrange backwards. Now we have this on top. I'm gonna draw some happy eyes. Super quick here, let's just grab plain old oval. Go for about the same size. Color fill, it's gonna be white. Easy one. Of course, we're going to have the line border. And now watch this, Command duplicate to make that one black. Make it much smaller. Put it somewhere about over here. Now we can go over here, shape this, make it pure white. This is a gleam in his eye. In arrange, constrain those proportions, make that way smaller. Drag it up over here. We can even go over here, once again in format arrange, we can make that even smaller with these little dots over here. All right, shift clicking, grabs them all, Command Option G, as you remember, groups it. Command D, duplicates it. And we're gonna flip it around, and arrange over here, flip. Now it looks a little cross-eyed like that. If we want to, we can grab the white only by double tapping on it, move that over a little bit. Tap, shift click, Command Option G, groups it, pop it in here. Looks kind of like a duck now, doesn't he? Shift click this, Command Option group that. What did the nose look like? Let's bring that to the front. All right, zoom in. This is another great example where we can just make one and then we can just duplicate it around. You could have made this into 2 different shapes quite easily, much to the same effect, and added a circle to it later, which would have been fine. I think that's going to be a good approximation. No fill to color fill. Command D for duplicate. Format, arrange, and flip it. Bring it over here. Maybe make this one a little bigger because that one is a little bigger. Let's put this guy in the back. All right, here's what our guy looks like so far, except we want these to be behind there. So once again, let's go backward. Move it up a little bit. Now, if I start shift clicking, Command Option group it, pop it over here, see how that looks. Bring this to the front. So you can see that this is similar to this guy, but not exact. That's a completely different shape. Now we want to add horns, and we thought we liked this guy's horns, didn't we? I think maybe we want to make this quite a bit smaller. Might have even been a better idea to go back in here, and we can actually 2-finger tap and delete a bunch of these things. You'll notice the one at the bottom left, the face is what sticks out at the end there, right? So maybe that's what we'll do with this one too, huh? Also, if we wanted to, we could make that a bit thinner. Now we can keep playing with this. Grab this all, move it over here. Grab this guy's, oh, he's got ears too, that's good. I like those ears, let's do that. Shape. Tap, tap, I might even change those ears a little bit. Add a little bit more character to them. And I'm gonna use that as a shape, I think, or a line I should say, as opposed to a shape. So, color fill. Highlight that, grab the eyedropper, make it the same color. All right. This is dead easy, this part here. And now just round out what needs rounding out. Again, it doesn't have to be exactly the same. Let's delete that, see what that looks like. Ooh, we want to really, oh, double tap on that. There's the problem. Now, let's see how that works with the gray color in there. And we just pick our own gray. I'm not completely happy with this. We can play with this any number of ways, make it whatever we like. Okay, so we want the ear, and Command Option G, and duplicate. And then we can go over here, arrange, and flip that. Shift click, drag them over to our fella. We're starting to take shape here. Grab both of it, group it, and make it same size. Ooh, what over here? Constrain those proportions. Make that bigger. Now we're getting ourselves pretty ox-like here. If we wanted to, we could double tap and keep double tapping until we get something. Bring near to the front if we'd like that better. Move it over perhaps if we want. Double tap and drag. Make things however we want them to be. We can delete things. Okay. Duplicate. And I'll flip that horizontally. So now you can see how it starts coming together. Now, bit of a face like this. A face kind of like this, only happier eyes. And the ears from this fellow over here. I'm not going to have you watch me do everything. I want to keep this video to a reasonably short length. But just I will show you the finished product when I get there. Yeah, what else we need? You know, I think this guy needs some eyebrows, not angry ones necessarily. And he also had some things on his sides there. Sometimes for lines like that, I actually like to draw them as a shape, as I'll show you here. Make that black. Arrange and constrain those proportions. Make it a whole bunch smaller. Sometimes I even go over here and just make it a little more opaque so I can see a little bit of a bleed through. You can have a little bit of a pensive look. Maybe he's worried about 2021. So we could call that done if we wish to. Grab the whole thing, Command Option G groups it, and now you've got yourself the face of the 2020 ox that you can use however you see fit. Once again, you can go back and look for different kinds of horns. You could change anything you wanted, frankly. No one can say you've stolen the idea. Other artists have gone and got pictures of ox and you've just mixed a few of them up to make your very own. Add a caption, turn it into a GIF, and away you go with your own original creation. Subscribe to the channel to get all sorts more ideas under your belt.